it again. So if you look into this case study, right, what is this case study? Something like a claims transformation for a global giant. They wanted to modernize their system, which is processing 45 million plus something like that across 30 countries. So these are all the clues. Number of channels impacted, number of countries impacted. Even if you go back to the basics of product management, your business model canvas, going back to basics. Forget about AI. Yes, we will come to the AA part a bit later. Going back to the crux of product ownership and product management, we have a business model canvas, something called OKR driven building a product roadmap. Those concepts makes even now relevant. Only thing is, how do you put a cherry on the cake using AI is something which we need to see. So what are they trying to tell? Want to build a unified AI platform. The word unified should send you signals. It is like integrating multiple platforms, maybe through a shared API services or something like an integration gateway will be there. The moment we see the words, an experienced person will start doing visual thinking. He will do, okay, something is there across multiple channels, so my business model canvas will come like this. And for me to operate across multiple channels or a omni-channel platform, like I need to have an integrated gateway or a shared service API. So those thoughts should immediately come. See, I have not even gone through the case study, right? I'm just looking into the challenge and then start thinking from a solution point of view. Then what is your role and what we need to achieve? All these things we need to know. So it is like, instead of thinking about epic feature sub epic theme, you are now starting to think on the business outcome. One of the outcome is automate 80% of the claims. Probably it is an agile outcome, let's say, but it will be tagged back to a business outcome, improving the CSAT, improving the NPS value, like improving the product brand index, because these outcomes operate on your product value stream or a development value stream, whereas business outcomes operate on a customer value stream or a operational value stream, going back to the basics of agile, right? So that connecting the dots should happen. Definitely you need to look into the compliance. They already gave an example also. So the moment I see, by the way, these lines were typed by me. They have not typed it and gave strategic, tactical, operational. The moment you see a case study, bucketize it into strategic, tactical, and operational. Then life becomes easy for you to derive a solution for it. So I'm just putting something like this. Okay, the overall strategy could be something like a short term goal, something like a mid term goal, something like a long term goal. And if you see, to do these things, you need to know little bit of a technicality. If you don't know what is API mesh or you never heard about these terms, you may need to read more on it. And whenever you respond to a case study, you are calling out an assumption and you are putting like, okay, if this is the use case, probably what will be the AI solution and what will be the real world insight out of it. And then I'm still going to talk about my agile way of executing it, right? In terms of my uh, like no executional approach, I'm just trying to take the best part of agile and then calling out some kind of a dependencies, constraints, and how do you measure success. For that you need to have some metrics and some governance around it. So what I'm trying to say is, this is how you start looking into the solution. See, now what will happen, I will tell. The more you solve this kind of these particular case studies, basically your mind is trained, and then it becomes a templatized thinking. Okay, what do you mean by templatized thinking? Means you already have a template in the mind. Any new kind of a situation comes, it is actually not a new situation for you. You already solved 5 to 6 case studies. So you, okay, you know very well, okay, Balaji said in that a webinar, it is better to logically group it into strategic, tactical, operational. Now, in this case study, what I need to put? Then probably what will be the assumptions, dependencies, limitations, constraints? Then what is the definition of success? What are the metrics to measure it? So it's like, so like no, so it becomes a crystalline intelligence rather than a fluid intelligence now. Fluid intelligence is something which is very raw intelligence. wherein you are not having a precedence to it. The more you solve these case studies, you are having a precedence to it, so it becomes a crystallized intelligence. Okay, I think that's a way to learn things rather than, because see, the objective is like you are not going to master AI. It will take 5 years to 6 years, and by the time you master AI would have gone somewhere else. Okay, so don't try to master a subject. What is needed for you at this point in time? Selectively, cleverly pick up certain things and then connect the dots and then get it done for now. Okay, any questions here or any kind of a thoughts to me you want to share or ask me? Hope this particular webinar was useful to you. In this limited time of 1.5 hours, we are able to give at least on a high level what are we trying to do.